So as we round out this particular module, at the end of each module, what we're going to do is something called instructor insights. And what these instructor insights are meant to do is to replicate, I guess, the question and answer portion of a live course, whereby I would just take your questions and talk candidly with you about just real life experiences I've had building enterprise risk management departments for financial institutions and some of the pitfalls that I've run into. And what I wanted to do in this particular instructor insight is address concerns from different perspectives. All right. I know I'm not dressed, in my regular work garb. I just came back from walking my dogs, and I had an idea and a quote that I remember that I thought would be good to use for this particular section. And it's actually from my journal. And I think I wrote this. This is probably, and I wish I could had the right person to attribute this statement to. But it's important to understand in the context of, especially if you're a person attempting to implement this process at your financial institution. Okay, it says the colossal misunderstanding of this time is the assumption that insight will work with people who are unmotivated to change. Communication does not depend on syntax, or eloquence, or rhetoric, or articulation, but the emotional context in which your message is being heard. People can only hear you if they're moving toward you. They're not likely to hear you when your words are pursuing them. Even the choicest words lose their power when they're used to overpower. Cool, right? Profound, in my opinion, profound. And why did I find that profound? Because as an auditor, as a consultant, as an enterprise risk management practitioner, we can believe that we see the whole board in a way that other managers who are responsible for separate siloed risk can't see. But if you see the whole board and you believe that you see the whole board in a way in which they don't see it, we can get arrogant and haughty in how we communicate with people, and we pursue them with their words. You're not going to get anywhere like that. And so right out the gate with module 1, I wanted to set up what enterprise risk management was, what the benefits are, what are some of the pitfalls, what are the differences between ERM and internal audit. But I wanted to end it with, listen, in order to be a good, I guess I wanted to end it with some of the soft skills you're going to need to be a good ERM practitioner or a good ERM evangelist, whether or not you're a director or a CEO or a compliance officer that's had this land on their lap. You got to figure out how the person on the other end of the table, how they're perceiving this new process if you want it to last and you want it to be effective in your institution. Convincing might just be helping them understand how it will benefit their department. Frankly, convincing for some people might be on the other end of adding it to their compensation package. Some people, the only thing that talks is money. So you may have to add compensation as a component of ERM on how they evaluate risk and how they evaluate opportunities, and not just have them be evaluated on the outcomes, but also how they evaluate the risk associated with actions. That's another way to definitely get it done, is add bonus structure around it. And so we're going to do these topics at the end of each module. I'm just going to kind of stop and discuss it in a very kind of folksy kind of layman's term. Sorry about the background noise. Just like that, just like we're doing now, and then prompt you so that in the discussion section of the course. You can ask me any other questions. And if you have specific thoughts as a benefit of taking the course, just say, hey, I have a question, and I'll make you a video or I'll shoot you an email to address your specific situation. So hopefully you enjoyed this very first instructor insight, and let's move on to module 2.